So, last week when I posted my reaction to Season 3, Episode 1 of Sound Euphonium, you guys did enjoy that reaction, and it did seem like people wanted to see more, so I'm here to do more, because I do want to do more Sound Euphonium, but also, people had told me, you know, that, like, I'd said this in the video, but people had said, like, hey, you know, those things that you, like, didn't watch, the things in between, you really, you know, probably should watch them for context of whatever. None of you really told me anything that I didn't know already. It was pretty much what I expected, and I thought I didn't have time to watch them, but I found some time in this week. I kind of got some early stuff done, so I found some time and ended up watching and recording my reaction to the Our Promise movie. So I didn't do Listen to Bluebird, and I didn't do the ensemble OVA yet, but I did watch the Our Promise movie for now, and I recorded that, and the full-length version is up on my Patreon account. The reason it's not on YouTube is because right now there's not really a slot in my YouTube schedule to put it up right now, and also it feels like the timeline would be like super weird if I put it up like partway through doing these Sound Euphonium reactions. So it's on my Patreon account exclusively for now. In the future, the plan is to put it up on YouTube in an edited down version anyway, but that'll be in the future. I also, maybe this upcoming week, might have time to watch the ensemble OVA. I won't be watching Listen to Bluebird yet, even though I know Listen to Bluebird is apparently amazing, and I definitely am going to watch it at some point in my life. But since it is less vital to the story as these other two things, you know, to Kumiko's story, I've put that as the lowest priority on the list. Because right now I'm getting the context for understanding this. So, if you go to my Patreon account, you can watch that reaction. But as a bit of a summary, like, I really liked the movie. I thought it was great. All of the stuff that I found out about the characters during that movie was stuff that I had kind of inferred from watching the first episode of season 3. So, like, I enjoyed it, and I got you know, some context that helps, but I don't feel like I needed it when I was watching it. But it did help, and it was a lot of fun, so I don't regret watching it. But if I had not watched it and just watched the season, I feel like I would have gotten a similar experience at least. I don't think I would have lost a hell of a lot, you know. So anyway, we're jumping into season 3, episode 2. I'm excited for this because season 3, episode 1 was great, and I mean this show is amazing. So I expect it to be high quality the entire season. I can't imagine them dropping the quality of this show. It's been pretty much perfect all the way through. So yeah, let's jump into this. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And my Patreon account has the full length and early access of these things and exclusive videos, so go check those out. But anyway, let's jump into this Sound Euphonium Season 3, Episode 2. Oh, OP! I love it so far. That was beautiful opening art. Oh, this is great. This is some gorgeous art. Did you see the fucking reflections in that piano? Oh. This new Euphonium girl looks like their savior. Oh, this is a great OP. Damn! Look at that shot! Amazing. Can't wait. Kuroe Mayu.
全国大会常連セーラ女子の吹奏楽部の
She looks very sweet.
覚えたよろしくねよろしくいいなあさっきサファイアって
Nope.
その呼び方は聞青路高校吹奏楽部部長大前会長別って聞いてて会った瞬間に分かったの
She seems so sweet.
待って滝先生から話聞いたってことは
Are you joining?
吹奏楽部に
Yay!
迷惑じゃなければ
Aww. I already love her. One scene with her and I love her.
ほら、前楽器持ってるもんね。心強いよ。 じゃあ滝先生に話してくる。
Alright.
だけど迷惑だったらすぐ私はいつ辞めても構わないから。
Oh.
私のせいで誰かが楽器変わったりコンクールに出られなくなったりしたら、
She...
私みんなと楽しく演奏したいから。
She's very sweet, but I bet she's very good. I mean, we've heard her play a bit.
サンライズ初心者の子たちはステップ担当でしたが、今年は曲の
Is Kumiko gonna be kicked out
演
of
奏してもらう子もいると思います。
first chair or whatever?
なんとか音は出るようになったけど、それで違う音を出すってできるんですか？
That sound.
お、私天才だ。お待たせ。
What's happening?
もう、クミコ。
What's going on?
腹筋と
Oh, right.
お
That
腹で
makes
支える
sense.
のが基本だからね。お
Aw.
腹。2T58、59、59.1、体操よく焼けてございます。今の何が面白いの？
They've got their own inside jokes.
少々和んだでしょ？清少納言だけ。
Damn. It's shining. Reminds you of Asuka?
クロエ先輩と隣の教室です。
じっくりお話ししたいって。
Oh no. What games is she playing?
バレたんです？ここら辺では
Kanade's a little shit, and I love her.
そうとも言い切れないけど、やるんならうまいところの方が
I feel like she's gonna be picking her apart, getting her true intentions.
そろそろみんなで練習しない？クミコちゃん、ご心配なく丸裸にして。
I know it.
本当に、そうだね。かなでちゃんは本当いい性格してると思う
Sure,
よ。
let's call it that.
もちろん私のこと好きですよね。もちろん。
It's such a direct thing to ask someone.
ああ、ちょっと恥ずかしいな。
Mm.
小学校の頃はママって呼ばれてた。
Mama.
まゆちゃんをママって呼んじゃったと。それでそのまま。
少し相談したいことがあるんですが、いいですか？
はい。
It's the fact that
じゃ
you're
あ
kicked
大
out.
坂さんと塚本君と、はい、はい。
それはどうして？
ただこういうことはいろいろ
Yeah,
試してみた
that's
方
good.
がいいかと思いまして、3人のことは入学した頃から知っている
Aw.
ということも大きいかもしれません。
He trusts you. He knows you're in this for the right reasons.
私たちが決めたことに反対したことって今まで一度もなかった気がするんだよ
True.
ね。
ってそれに従う前提だったもんな。
Well, you're good at making
今回もそうだとは限ら
decisions.
ない。
滝先生にそれだけ信頼されてるってことなんじゃないのか。
Yeah, don't worry about
部
it.
長として。
Just give your honest opinions.
お疲れ。
24 party.
気づいてないの？クミコにプレッシャーかけることにしかならないの。部長として信頼されてるなんて。
She's so protective of
に
Kumiko.
なるんだよ。そう聞こえたなら悪かった。
Oh.
副部長引き受けたなら変な意地張るのはやめてちゃんと協力してあげて。
Mm.
それ
I don't think he really did anything wrong, but it's probably good that she
なん
brought
で
that up.
もう遅い。久美子に怒られる。
怒られるのは私でしょ。
なんでじゃあそこまでならいいだろ
Aw, this is sweet. What a nice scene for multiple reasons.
私チューバ向いてるんだと思います。もともとでっかいもん好きですし。吉井さんは付き合いで。
Rubbing her face
私が
against
付き
it.
合ってってリリカちゃんも言ってたよ。リリリン先輩がですか？
Aw, that was the best thing she's ever heard.
やっぱりいいです。もう
What?
ちょっと練習したいんで。そう。
Okay. Or did she want to like show it to her and say like, "Is this good?" But then she like chickened out. Oh my God, it's Haikyuu!
かわいい。女の子みたいだね。
Oh, he doesn't like that.
求むって呼んで
And don't say I'm like a girl.
意外と合理的だよね、まゆちゃんって。ズボラとも言う。そばに私がいなくて先輩が寂しいかと思う。
Did her eyes like drifted to Mayu for a split second there?
なんだか羨ましいな。久美子ちゃんとかなでちゃんの関係って。
Oh, you're so sweet. You're gonna have a great relationship with us.
クロエ先輩という呼び方もとても素敵だと思いますけど。
She's not budging on that. She's just trying to get her to call her Mayu.
弥生時代と21世紀くらいさ。まあ、みきちゃんは初めから上手だった 私に
I love the girl that keeps like laughing at all her friends' jokes. It's really sweet.
よ。なのに最後の年に旗係なんてだいたい元はドラム希望なんです。それをお姉ちゃん優しすぎるところがあって私みたいに思ったことが言えないから私が言わないとって。
No, that's nice that you're sticking up for her.
あーってなんですなんかはいて息しましたすずめお姉ちゃんだから違う勘違いしてるって何度も言ったでしょカラーガードは私が決め
Okay,
たの
there you go. Problem solved.
え本当にだから何度も言ったじゃないなんだ最初からそう言ってくれればいいのだからすずめちゃんはいすずめちゃん
Such
のお姉ちゃんを思
sisters.
う気持ちはよく
Yeah, it was nice that
これからは
she cared about her enough to
もう少しお姉ちゃんの言うこと信じてあげて
come.
ごめんね
Kumiko's like, Jesus, what a day. Reina will make it better though.
まあ少しだけ
Hey, no, I'm listening to private things.
どちらが欠けても貧相なものになる。
だ私やっぱり部長向いてないのかな
Kumiko, you're doing
我慢し
great.
ないのこと。私ね、滝先生がどうして私たちに自由曲を預けたのかって考えてた。
分かった
多分この3人だからだと思う。
I mean,
私と久美子、
he
そして
said that much.
先輩とアスカ先輩の関係じゃ無理で。
Yeah.
塚本に聞いたら私と同じ曲を選んでた。
Oh, really?
久美子はどの曲がいいと思う？
Probably the one that requires both. I think it's Hitotsu no Uta or
想
something.
像してみたの
何？
クラリネット
Oh. They had the same idea. Yeah, Hitotose no Uta. That's what it is. They all chose the same one. But it sounds like it's the hardest one that they chose. Oh, dead eyes.
やっぱりお尻濡れちゃう。
I was also hyper aware of that throughout the scene. I was like, ah, the wet bench.
スケルツァンド自由曲は人とその
Gotcha.
歌吹奏楽のいいですね
They're all very happy with it.
なぜなら上を目指す学校はどこもうまいからです。北宇治は一番を目指しましょう。
Oh, hell
今の
yeah.
自分で満足するんじゃなくて全国金取りに行きます。
I'd be fucking on my feet, cheering loudly. If Reina was putting that much passion into that speech.
次の曲が始まるのです
We're gonna get an ED? Yes, we are. Aww. The colors in this ending, they're beautiful. Aww. Aww. Look at all this Reina stuff. Oh, it's like all of their growing up. This is great. Oh my god. I love it. That's incredible. That's brilliant. Great ending, great opening, great like everything. That was really, really nice. I liked that a lot. And yeah, they're setting this story up really nicely. Here's the thing, like this is really cool because the big thing that like when I was watching the Our Promise movie that I was thinking is like this is clearly like a season that or like a, you know, this could have been a season of the anime, but then they condensed it into a movie, and it's like that this, you know, that's kind of sad, but at the same time I think I also said this in that movie discussion, but them condensing it into a movie I was also kind of okay with because I feel like it was treading a lot of similar ground to the rest of the show, you know. So like it maybe the show would have gotten like felt too repetitive at this point if that had been like another full season. So with this we're like getting back to the formula of the show after taking like a brief break by, you know, doing several movies, you know. So so I think that's really nice and makes me excited for this season knowing that it's going to be similar to, you know, to the movie and to the previous seasons. But once again, we're going to be able to go back to taking our time with all of these character moments and really getting this done properly. It's very nice. So Reina in this episode was like in top form. This was like top tier Reina, because she seems like she's like taking all of this very seriously and is much better at like appealing to people's emotions and such these days, which is very nice. And in this episode, I liked that, one, she's so protective of Kumiko that like when Tsukamoto like does that whole thing of like, well, you're the president, he trusts you and stuff, she realizes it gets to Kumiko when that sort of stuff happens and like takes him aside and scolds him for that. I think that whole scene was adorable because it shows how protective she is. It shows that he is caring too and didn't like mean to put pressure on her or anything, but actually, you know, was kind of trying to say that as a compliment. Like he trusts you. Like he was saying, like, legitimately, you're a trustworthy person and that's why we've been given this decision. But he also understood when Reina chewed him out a little bit and like sort of replied responsibly and also made sure she got home safe. It was like, I think that whole thing was very adorable. I also like, because I don't believe there's anything like any romantic feelings from him to Reina, but he still does the whole like offering to walk her home but to keep her safe or whatever, and I think that's just also a good thing to portray in shows like this, because like 99% of the time when there's a male character offering to walk a female character home or whatever, it's because they're like a romantic interest. But I like in this, it felt like a purely like platonic, like I'm gonna make sure you get home safe type thing, which is what happens in real life a lot of the time. Is like, if you care about your friends, you want to make sure they're safe regardless of if you're romantically interested in them or not. So I think that's just like a very sweet moment, and also like they both know that they both mean a lot to Kumiko, so you gotta, you know, protect each other so that Kumiko is happy. Like they're both doing it for the same person. So I think that's really sweet, and I think those two have like a surprisingly sweet little character dynamic. I love Mayu. I love her. And it's funny because I also love Kanade. It turns out I just love the Euphonium players. Like my 3 favorite characters in this show are the 3 Euphonium players, which is Mayu, Kanade, and Kumiko. Like they're all just incredible characters and they're quite different from one another. I love that like immediately Kanade like takes Mayu aside and I can tell she's like digging into her psyche deeply. But I feel like, because Kanade is a very complex character, she is not always, you know, she sometimes has like a game. She sometimes has like her own personal feelings she's holding back or whatever. She's purposefully not calling Mayu by her preferred, like she keeps saying like, call me Mayu, and Kanade's like, oh, but Kuroe senpai is so cute or whatever. It seems like she's purposefully, I guess, like she's saying we're so close, but then she's also keeping a sort of distance by not giving her like a friendlier nickname, like a more you know, casual nickname between the two of them. So like I wonder exactly what Kanade's feelings on this whole situation is, because like my immediate thoughts is that she's threatened by Mayu being here, right? The idea that Mayu is here and possibly could like, you know, could shake things up or something, I don't know, or like make Kumiko, like maybe she respects Kumiko and wants Kumiko to like wants to do all this with Kumiko, but is now maybe nervous that Mayu is going to cut in between them or something somehow. Or maybe, like, I don't know if I don't know if Kanade is the type of person to worry that Mayu's going to replace her in terms of Euphonium playing, but it's possible she's worried that she's going to replace Kumiko and like she'll be the reason she takes Kumiko out of playing on the stage, and like Kanade, I don't know, is maybe afraid that's going to happen and Kumiko's not going to take it well or something. I don't know. Like I'm reading into a lot of like Kanade didn't do anything rude in this episode, or she didn't look visibly upset or anything. But with that character, you sort of also have to like read between the lines and like sort of how smiley she's being, and so it's tough to tell. It could be anything, and she could actually just legitimately like Mayu and there's nothing extra going on. But I just feel like there's something there, and I'm very curious what it is. It could be kind of anything, but then there was the through line throughout the episode of like the song choice, and they were like wondering why Taki was leaving it to them. I mean, I think that's like, you know, a fine and understandable thing to do, to go like, hey, you're gonna be the ones playing this piece here. Here's the choices of songs that I have. And he gave, it's not like he said any song in the world. He's like, here's 3 songs that I'm considering. So like the idea, I think, is like, look, any of these songs are gonna be good. So it's now just up to you guys. But also, like Reina said, I think it's specifically he's asking us because it's us, and like there's the relationship that we have with Taki is different than the relationship that Asuka had, or that whatever the previous, you know, the girl from last year, second year, I can't remember her name or whatever, but that she had with Taki as well. They had like different sorts of relationships. But with Kumiko, it's Kumiko and Reina and Tsukamoto, it's like they're very much built on the idea of trust. They are all responsible, and I think a big thing is they see the bigger picture, and Taki knows that. Like, they are not going to choose an easier song or a song that just sounds more fun. Like, they actually have a vision for the concert that Taki has as well, and I think he recognizes that. And also, I think it is very similar to when Taki does the whole, like, here, you're going to choose your own goals for the year. Now, I think what Taki is deep down hoping is they're going to choose an ambitious goal of let's go to nationals or let's win nationals. He's hoping they choose that, but he's going to accept if they don't, right? But he is hoping that they're going to choose that, and that we're going to take this seriously, right? But he thinks, you know, the only way for them to choose that and also take it seriously is if they choose it entirely on their own. Like, I can't influence them at all. And I think he's doing a similar thing here, where he's like, here's 3 songs, I want them to choose this one. Because this one, Reina said, like, one requires this skill, one requires this skill, and this one requires both. And, like, he wants them to choose the song that's a little bit harder, that's a little more technical, that's a little bit, like, that will take a little bit more of a hurdle. He wants them to choose that, but if he chose it for them, maybe they would, like, silently be frustrated that he chose such a difficult song when they're trying for such a lofty goal or something, you know? When instead, if it's like, I leave it to you guys and you guys choose it on your own, then you're going to have the ambition to dive for those greater heights. So, I shouldn't use the word dive and heights, because dive is depths. But anyway, so it like, I think that's a really nice way, and I think it's very much how Taki does his teaching style, and I think it mostly works. So yeah, I think that was a great episode, really great. Had a lot of fun, so thank you for watching. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And go to my Patreon account if you want full-length early access and exclusive videos. I will see you guys next week, hopefully. And yeah, goodbye.